Hi guys, this is Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, jumping on here in another live, spontaneous video on the Canadian Immigration Institute Facebook page. It is a little bit earlier this morning on a blistery, I guess it's Saturday at 9:30 a.m. here in my wintry wonderland of Lethbridge, Alberta. I wanted to pop in, and I think time-wise, this might work a little bit better for some of you guys over in Asia. I just wanted to remind everyone that Express Entry, my Express Entry Do-It-Yourself Guide is on sale. And I'll get more about that in a little bit. But right now, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the recent experiences that I have seen with people trying to navigate Express Entry. And you guys have been watching what's been happening. I'm positive you guys have been watching it closely. You're seeing that the comprehensive ranking system scores continue to go up and up and up. And I can't tell you how many consultations I've had lately. I don't know what's going on, but I've had a ton of consultations lately with people who have received an ITA maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and for various reasons, and they're all over the board, a whole host of them. They have got their application returned because of some deficiency, whether it was a police certificate that was improperly done, whether their reference letters had deficiencies in them, whether the officer had some issue with how they answered the statutory declaration section, that statutory information section. You know, have you ever applied have you ever received a refusal on a visa before? You know, those types of questions. And often the clients had no clue that they had done anything wrong. And what happens? Well, the application gets returned. And what does that mean in the long plan, the long scheme of things? Well, if you were drawn at even 460 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and now we're seeing the latest draw at 471, it may never go down to that level again. And I don't know how many times I've shared this insight on our groups in the Express Entry Law private Facebook group right here on the Canadian Immigration Institute. To all of you out in the YouTube Canadian Immigration Institute channel, I've said this repeatedly, that you absolutely need to get someone to look at your application, to review it, to help you to understand what you're putting in. There's lots of general information out there. There's tons. And lots of people offering thoughts and ideas. But I can tell you that if you do not have someone who's giving it a second look, or at least having someone walk you through the process, pointing out specifically the areas where people are constantly making mistakes, you could find yourself in the same situation as these recent spat of consultations that I've had. And I am having a ton of them. Yesterday alone, I had 7 consultations. And so I wanted to get up early. I wanted to come into the office a little bit early this morning here on a Saturday morning here in Lethbridge, Alberta, and just remind everybody that you have to be careful. And you may think that you've got it all figured out. And this has nothing to do with intelligence. It's as much about attention to detail. And you may think that you're answering things completely. But the consequences now have never been greater. Whether you're inside Canada, whether you're outside of Canada, and you manage to get that elusive invitation to apply, you absolutely have to be careful. So over the years, I've realized as I've been doing this that people usually come to me at the very last stage when they have tried everything that they can, and they only come to me when their applications get refused. And it is very, very quickly coming to a stage with Express Entry where I'm not going to be able to help people when you make a mistake and your application gets returned. It serves no purpose to come to me at that stage when you have to put your application back into the pool and then hope to get drawn again. Sure, maybe we've corrected the error that resulted in your application getting rejected, but understand, you may never get that invitation to apply again. So as I learned what was happening with Express Entry, even 3 years ago, that is the reason that I went and I created my Express Entry complete step-by-step video guide to doing it yourself. That's why I created it. Understand that this wasn't a something that I created just to earn passive income on the side. The reason I created it was because people were not coming to me early enough, and they didn't see the value in hiring a lawyer, and they relied on all these trusted resources online. And so I wanted to try to catch people in the beginning stages so that they would be able to understand the most common problem areas. And so I think some of you probably know already, but right now I am actually offering, and if I just pop this up here, right now I'm offering 70% off as a Black Friday sale. Apparently that's what people do these days. As one other additional way, as we're closing out the 2019 year, one last way that I can to give you guys the most helpful resource I can at the absolute cheapest price that I can. And all you have to do in the description here of this video, I have a direct link, or you can go to my Canadian Immigration Institute my Canadian Immigration Institute website and just click and then just type in coupon code BLACK70 and you can get access to it. And people are probably wondering, well, what's the big deal? Who cares, Mark? You know, this guide, I can get all the information for free. Well, why do I want to do this? Well, to start with, guys, when you click on the link in the description, or you go to the Canadian Immigration Institute site, well, when you click on the link, you're gonna come here, and you're gonna see right away that instead of $497 US until the end of today, this expires November 30th, which is today, you can get it for only $149.10 US. So that is 70% off the regular rate. And I just had a discussion with one of my website people, and they said, Mark, you're doing this wrong. You've got to stop offering these deals on your course. And they said, it's not, that's not what you do online when you're doing sales. And I had to explain to them that I do not freaking care. I don't care how much money I'm making with this guide. The whole purpose is to try to help as many people as I can and to create a situation where it is as affordable as it possibly can be. So that's why when you click on the link in the description here as you're watching this video live, and I'll also put this in the recording on the YouTube channel, you will see that when you click on the link, it will give you direct access to this for $149.10. If you're watching this as a recording, then the other alternative for you is to just go to the Canadian Immigration Institute, my website right here, go to individual guides, go down and click on Learn More, and then the Learn More explains everything about why I created it. There's video testimonials, everything else. And then once you're there, purchase guide, and then you're going to choose lifetime access. And when you purchase it and type in the coupon code BLACK70 right here and apply it, you get the discount. Okay? Now, I want to show you guys what this actually is. And a lot of people have had questions about it. So this is a series of 5 separate modules filled with, let's click on lesson 5 here, module 5, and just see 44 complete total lessons, each compartmentalized and demonstrating step by step in a video format exactly how to complete your Express Entry application. And there is something here no matter what you're doing, whether you don't know anything about Express Entry. Module 1 is all about learning the basics. Module 2 is preparing to submit your Express Entry application. So if you haven't started the process yet, don't waste your money hiring anybody else. Purchase this guide for the paltry $149.10. Watch Module 1 and Module 2, and it will tell you everything you need to know whether or not you actually have a chance of getting an invitation to apply, and how to prepare and how it works. Learning the basics covers everything from, a welcome, what is Express Entry, how the comprehensive ranking system works. When you get into Module 2, it's all about, the top 5 things to do before you even think about submitting your profile. How to register for your MyCIC account. Are you eligible for Express Entry with Canadian work experience or without? So all of that is super, super valuable because it educates you so that you're not throwing money away. Now, as you're going forward with all of this, and I'm just going to close out some of these things that I have here so you can see my screen better. as you go through this process, and I'm going to get rid of my image here. Like I said, as you go through this whole process here, it looks like we got the whole screen. Let me just flip back here. Okay, and then I'm going to enlarge this. Okay, so as you go through this process, and you can see, and I'm going to make this as big as I possibly can for you guys. Okay, that's better. As you can see, there are resources to help you save money the whole way through. And if you're paying $150 and I'm telling you that you don't have a chance and it costs, you know, how many, like probably as much as $500 Canadian just to get everything from your educational credentials assessed, to write the language tests, all those kinds of things. Well, this helps you to know whether or not you should even spend that money. So it's super valuable for someone who hasn't even started the process yet. Module 3, when we shift to Module 3, is all about completing your profile. And as you can see from each of these videos, and I'll open up the very first one, Lesson 9 here, you can see that this is actually a video guide. And I'm going to pause the volume here. It's an actual walkthrough of the whole process. So step by step, each section, it's all explained here, why you enter, what you should, the areas where people are commonly tripped up, and it's all set out here in all of these lessons. And so if we continue with Module 3, it covers each individual piece of the express entry process. When we're talking about the profile, it's the personal details section, the contact details section, the study and languages. So it's all broken down into little pieces so that you only need to sit through and watch the ones that apply to you. And excuse me, as we go through this process and as I explain it to everyone, you may not have a spouse. So then you don't need to complete lessons 15 through 17. And as we go through this process, it covers everything all the way through to submitting your profile, updating it in lesson 21, and what it looks like when you actually get your ITA and what you need to do. And so as we go through this whole process here, and as I'm explaining this to you guys, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'll be honest, so many people just don't believe, I don't know, I guess they don't understand or don't think paying anything is even a dime is worth it. But this hundreds of hours that I put into creating this is all designed to help you guys avoid what I'm seeing with all of my clients. It's like a one-shot deal. You do it, and if you mess up, it's over, it's done. And then the Module 4, completing the eAPR forms, is one of the things that I think is so unique, because once again, I am actually going in here and I am doing something here that is
person have a passport or other travel.
I'll pause that. That is 110%. No one else is doing this, because I got permission from my clients to actually go through and to demonstrate how to complete the eAPR portion with the personal history, the address history, the travel history, all these new sections that are now added in on the eAPR side. And it's a video tutorial. Every question is explained. And it's in painstaking detail. And as you can see, it took me so long to create this because I had to redact or block out all of my clients' personal information as I was going through this. And so all of these lessons, all the way through to, to lesson 39, which covers an overview of what's just happened essentially. And you can go through and you can, when you purchase it, like, it's exactly as you're seeing in your own MyCIC portal. So I know I'm talking in circles here, guys, but I don't know what else I can do. I'm offering it at 70% off the regular price. And I guess I might as well show you Module 5, and especially document checklist for the principal applicant, because guys, this one is the one that I'm the most proud of. Not only does it go through the process and show you what an actual checklist looks like, the most common information that's that's asked and requested, talking about each of the documents, the things that you need to do, how to upload them, problem areas, and I'm just skipping through like this. Yes, it has all of that there, But if you look down here on the download side, I have sample documents of all of the things that you're uploading. Everything from sample gift deeds to employer reference letters to, what a Canadian work permit actually looks like if you have got this magical job offer from some crooked person who's trying to scam you. What an LMIA looks like. That's the essential component to a job offer. We've got samples of everything from marriage certificates to educational credentials. And I've got an ECA for every single one of the ECA agencies. Whether it's ICES, the University of Toronto, CES, WES, MCC, all of these, I've got sample documents there so that you can look at and know that you've got the right one. And then examples of employment records for a number of different types of jobs, self-employment. And, there's everything is covered in here. There's sample police certificates from countries, some of the most common countries. What the e-medical information sheet, like I said, gift deeds. I've got samples. I have actual real ones from some countries that have been redacted. And so all of these resources are all a part of this, this really, really small, I don't know how do you describe it? It's for the price that I'm offering, it is chock full of more than you could ever get out there. But at the end of the day, I'll just remind you again that if you click on the link below, today it comes to an end. 70%. I've never ever offered it this cheap before, and all you have to do is click on that link and you can get it if you access it today. If you're going through the website and you want to learn more about why I created it, what's in it, you can go to the Canadian Immigration Institute page and just type in Black 70, but it will come to an end today. All right. Okay. You guys have been, those who have been watching and comments, I haven't had a chance to actually go on and take a look, but let's see who's tuned in spontaneously. Syed says, hi. How are you doing, Syed? Good to see you. Jenny Pearl says, what's the easiest way to migrate to Canada? There is no easy way. There isn't, Jenny. And when it comes to each person, it all depends upon their own unique background. And that's why I do the immigration consultations that I do. Seema says, hello, sir. Sheik says, hi, sir. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Syed says, my friend got a 5-year ban because of misrep. Oh, you know what, Syed? I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like, what do you do? I know the service I offer. I know what I can offer my clients. And it just kills me when I hear about people who go to consultants. Syed, his consultant submitted a fake IELTS paper. Well, I'm assuming your friend bought into it. Your friend was willing to go along with it. And now their hope of coming to Canada is gone. You're asking any way to remove the ban. The reality is, when it comes to consultations, I'm happy to talk to people, but there is no way to remove a ban when it's been properly applied. If someone has actually gone through the process and has been willing to cheat their way through the system, then they have received the consequence that they're rightfully deserving of. If you hire a consultant, if that consultant submits a fake IELTS report, well, I have to assume that consultant was illegal to start with. And they are all over India. They're all over Pakistan, Nigeria. And if you guys choose to use them, then buyer beware. Like, understand, not only is it illegal to use them, but they are going to destroy your lives. So there's not much that I can say about that. Marlon says, hello, Mark. Hi, Marlon. And then Rahi says, hi, sir. How are you? I'm doing great. Anby says, how are you doing? Moshir, Mazood. Awesome, guys. Thanks for all connecting. Well, I don't want this video to be too long, and I have a little bit of time this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this one off, and I'm going to start a new one. That's just a general express entry, answer all your, well, not even a Canadian immigration, answer all your questions. So I'm going to close this one. If you guys have questions, those who have just tuned in right now, and there's a few of you that are hanging around, I'm going to do in a little bit later today, I'm going to do another just live Q&A answering questions about anything Canadian immigration. All right. So this is the end of this one. I just wanted to do it just to notify people about this. So if those of you who are tuning in right now live, just hang in there. In a little bit, I'm going to do another live video where I just answer any questions that you have about Canadian immigration. All right. Take care, guys. Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, signing off. Bye.